Recording in progress.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amy, would you do roll call, please?
Absolutely. Commissioner Dibdahl?
Here.
Commissioner Wolf? Here. Commissioner Wire?
Here.
Commissioner Barish?
Here.
And Mr. Mayor Lindsay.
Here. You have before you the agenda for this evening.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Is there anything anyone wants to discuss on the consent calendar? If not,
Can
we
we,
have a motion.
can we discuss item number 7 on consent?
Item number 7. Okay? Shall we pull that off the consent calendar and move that into new business?
Yes.
Okay? So, anything else on the consent calendar? Okay, if not, do we have a motion to accept items 1 through 6 on the consent calendar? So
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, under number 7, set bid date for the Armory Gymnasium floor, September 18th, 2025. Jameson, you want to address that one?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll give some background on this item. So this is setting the bid date for the, I think reconstruction would be the right word for the armory floor. So you may remember last, I think it was January, the fire department got called to a fire at the armory, which was caused from equipment on the roof from a roof repair. And due to the response to the fire, a lot of water got onto the floor and it was heaving up. And so it needs to be replaced. The gym floor was reaching close to the end of life, so we knew that it didn't have many years left, but it was not, we did not plan on replacing it at that time, and now we are put in a position where we do need to replace it. So the insurance company from our contractor that was doing the roof, has looked into it, and so they're going to be helping to pay for the right portion of the floor that's deemed appropriate. So they've worked with our insurance company, with their insurance company, and this is simply setting the bid date of September 18th, 2025. Ryan should be on Zoom. His office has put together the bid documents. Ryan, is there anything you would add?
No, I don't think there's anything to add. It's a fairly straightforward project. It's just repairing that gym floor.
Questions?
So we don't have any indication of what will or will not be covered by the contractor's insurance company to,
I don't have that on hand or in my head right now. I don't know if Ryan has anything either.
No, I don't. I guess Mike McGilvery's kind of been, working on that end of it.
There's a lot of damage done to the north side if you've been in there and seen it's kind of buckled. Where the where the water came in, during the putting out of the fire, so.
Are they intending on replacing the whole entire floor or just repairing that section?
I believe it'd be the entire floor.
Entire floor. So I'm guessing the insurance is probably gonna cover the area that was wrecked and we're gonna have to cover the other.
Well, it was a substantial area, and so I think
was.
it covers a portion of the entire gym floor. I assume that they had some kind of depreciation for how much life is left on that, but I don't think it's reasonable to replace only a small portion of it because it did buckle up in several different spots.
Sure.
The problem came in that the floor had, separations between some of the boards and the water got under the floor.
Yeah.
So even though they did their best to try to vacuum it out and air dry it out, they couldn't get it out from under the wood, and so, that's what caused it to buckle in quite a substantial size on that north side. So So until we find out, what the bids are, and that, I guess, at this point in time, and that, we don't have an estimate. So, did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amy, do we have any specific reserve money for repairs on that armory facility, or?
I would have to look and see what we have in reserve, well, we unallocated last 2 meetings ago now, anything tied to reserves, but we should have something, I believe there, I can't remember what the value is.
Yeah, I guess we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We're just setting the bid date, but
Yeah, once we, find out what the bids come in at, that'll make it a lot easier to understand and determine where we go. So,
Are you anticipating work to begin this year yet?
Ryan, can you answer that?
Yeah, with the bid opening on September 18th, we're hoping we can turn around documents and have them get going by the first part in October. Would like to see it done by Thanksgiving.
other questions? Now, Ryan, we're setting the bid date, not the opening date, right?
That's the opening date.
Oh,
Yep.
this is the opening date.
September 18th would be the opening. Yep.
Okay.
When is that facility's peak usage? Isn't it over about that
winter.
time? I mean, would it make more sense to wait until spring, or is it not usable?
It's absolutely not usable. It is buckled to the point where it's kind of unbelievable. I should have taken some pictures and included them with the agenda. It's widespread and it's severe. It's probably buckled up 6 inches in spots. And it's pretty widespread. It's all over the court. It's not isolated to one area. So, yeah, it's pretty severe.
Other questions? Hey, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to set the bid date for the Armory Gymnasium floor September 18th. I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Seeing no unfinished business, under new business, resolution number 2025-20, adopt the assessment roll and levy assessments for the sidewalk repair improvements from 2023. Jameson, you want to address that?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next two items are both related to our sidewalk projects from 2023. So as the group knows, these projects have a number of actions that we need to take from the beginning to the end, and now we are reaching the end of the 2023 projects. There are two projects each year. One is a sidewalk repair, and that's to repair existing sidewalks that have cracks, upheavals, other imperfections to them. And then the second project is sidewalk improvement, and so that is construction of new sidewalk and ADA ramps in areas that don't currently have them. So as we're reaching the end of the 2023 project, we've had a number of properties that have been fixed up, and some of the properties were paid for, and some of them have not been yet paid for. And so anything that has not been paid is put onto the assessment roll for those properties. We have, for this first item, sidewalk repairs, we have $25,815.60 in total. That would be assessed to property taxes.
Questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion for resolution number 2025-20, adopt the assessment roll and levy assessments for sidewalk repair improvement in 2023.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Under number 9, resolution 2025-21, adopt the assessment roll and levy assessments for the sidewalk improvements 2023. And Jameson just covered those, unless there's more questions.
I'll just add that the cost on this to be assessed is $49,749, and this would be for new sidewalk installations.
Okay. Questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion?
Move to approve sidewalk repair improvement number 2023, repair special assessment roll 2.
Second that motion.
Okay, and I'm just gonna make a little bit of a correction. It's number 2025-21 for 2023.
Oh.
And we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Resolution number 2025-22, setting water, sewer, and sewage disposal fees, rates, and charges. Jameson, you want to address that?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is an update to our rate resolution on water and sewer fees. This incorporates the surcharge that is necessary for the 2022 SRF project, which the last of the projects is being finished up this year, and so this adds on the correct surcharges for those projects. This is a resolution that we're looking at having updated more routinely. I think every January, our goal would be to have this on the commission docket for review and consideration. And so you'll probably see this coming forward in a few months again, too. I'll stand by for questions.
Questions or comments? And at this point in time, and that this resolution covers those surcharges that will be starting in the October billing, correct?
Yep, October bill, September usage.
Yep.
There's nothing additional or no other changes outside of that?
Not that I'm aware of, correct, Amy? Yep.
That's correct.
I'll just ask this question as a matter of getting it on the public record. So the January review would include the new surcharges for the Egan Avenue project?
That'd be our
correct.
current intent, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Other questions? If not, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-2022, setting water, sewers, and sewage disposal fees, rates, and charges.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 11, consider award of bid number 984, furnishing a control enclosure for the green substation. Jameson, Ryan, one of you want to address that?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The control enclosure is essentially a building that would be located at the newly constructed green substation. The engineer's cost estimate on this was $600,000. We only received 2 bids, but fortunately the low bid is lower than the engineer's estimate, and the bid is $547,434 from, I'm not even sure how to pronounce that, Tracti LLC?
It's Tracti, Jameson.
Okay, I just need to say with more confidence I would have been right. Tracti LLC.
Okay. Questions?
Was there any reason for the large discrepancy between the 2 bids?
Mike, do you know why we had widely varying bids here?
Nothing really. We did have one that came in electronically too that we could not honor. That one was, I did go back and look that after the bid opening, and it was right in there with Tracti as well. As far as the other one, I know that they're an East Coast company, and I just don't think that they were really that interested in that bid.
Understandable.
Other questions?
Mike, I assume this isn't just a structure or, control building alone. This quote must include additional equipment inside the building, correct?
Yes, every electrical panel that needs to be on the walls, all of the tracking, all of the lights, all of the HVAC. There's a basement that goes underneath for access for the medium voltage cables that go into it. So yeah, it's an all-inclusive building, and it'll be split into 2 parts. It'll be delivered in 2 parts. It'll be set. It has, on the one side, it has a wall, a larger door that we can get the control enclosures in for the breakers. So yeah, it is all-inclusive.
Switch gear?
But that does not include the switchgear.
Okay.
When you say that it'll be brought in, will the basement be built on site, or Will it be a precast?
The basement, from what I understand, is gonna be built on site.
Okay. Other questions? If not,
So with, why only 2 bids, do you feel there? We, you know, other street projects, we were getting 8 to 10, 12 bids.
Yeah, that's a great question. I was expecting a lot more. I can't answer that question for sure, Dre.
Mike, did I hear you correctly initially in that you said there was a third bid, but it didn't qualify?
That is correct, Mr. Mayor. It was sent in electronically, and we require them to be sent into the finance office so we can open them right at the bid opening.
Okay,
How does, so DGR does the advertisement for bids, correct? We don't do that?
We do
for-
also. We put it on our website and we put it in the newspaper as well.
Thank you.
other questions? If not, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to or award bid 984, furnishing a control building at the Green substation to, where's their name? Tracty, in the amount of $547,434.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 12, consider approval of change order number 1, reconstruct the hangar taxi lanes, Airport Drive, and parking lot with Sukup Construction Incorporated. Jameson, you want to take that, or Ryan?
Sure, I'll give her a start here. So this adds about 742 square yards of seal coat to the project that was not otherwise included, and that's a portion that is not going to be completed as part of DOT's statewide pavement maintenance project. So the cost has increased of about $5,300. Since the city's portion this year is 2.5%, our cost is only $133. Ryan, did I get all that right?
Yep. I guess the only thing I could add is that the cost would be split between the AIP grant and the AIG grant. We did get approval from the FAA and the SDDOT. They've also reviewed this change order for grant eligibility, and they've both come back and said that it is eligible under both grants for a cost share.
Questions, comments? Do we have a motion?
I'd make a motion for approval of change order number 1, reconstruct hangar taxi lanes, Airport Drive, and parking lot.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 13, approve a memorandum of understanding with Dakota State University regarding parking during the 2026 Egan Avenue reconstruction project. And Jameson, you want to go for that one?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This MOU allows residents in Egan Avenue construction zone next year to utilize some of the DSU parking on the east side of the street. There's a map that's included in the agenda packet that shows the parking in question. It's a diagonal parking just on the east side of Egan between 6th Street and 8th Street. So there's a number of residents that are on the west side of the street that do not have alley access and don't have an easy way of getting into their properties. So the contractor will be maintaining temporary access to the properties as much as possible, but in case parking is a challenge for residents, this allows a little bit more flexibility and allows residents to utilize the parking across the street from them rather than having to walk a couple blocks away or to use side streets or otherwise. So this is an MOU that we worked out with DSU. They were happy to oblige and to help us with alleviating some parking concerns. Again, this is for next year, the 2026 construction of the project, which in total will go from 5th Street to 9th Street, starting in the west half, and then once that's completed, moving to the east half. I'll stand by for questions.
Questions and comments?
they'll be doing the west side first, correct?
That's correct. Phase 3A would be the west side, and then 3B is the east side.
And then will there be signage, or it's just a understanding, I guess, or there shouldn't be a lot of traffic during the summer, but will there be reserved signs, or do we have a plan?
Yeah, we could do that. I think it'll be important to send notifications out to the residents with this map. I think would work well. That way they can see exactly where it is that they're being able to park. And of course, this is in addition to side streets and anywhere else in the public right of way that they can park. I would defer to the engineering office and I guess pass it along to them to make sure that it's passed along to residents, that they're notified, and that if there's any signage needed, that our engineering office can work with the contractor to get that done.
Other questions or comments?
I guess I'm just curious how this was brought to fruition. Was it brought in one of the community meetings that we had during the?
The question of where are we going to park was brought up during the the meetings that we had with the public, especially for those people who are on the west side that don't have alleys. And so this is a way in that the staff, went forward to address it.
Excellent.
Anything to add to that, James? Any other questions?
If for some reason the construction is not completed before the school semester starts, is the university willing to continue to allow use of those parking spaces?
Yeah, that's a good question. My understanding is that Dakota State would need that parking back when school starts. So if construction were to run late, this parking would not be available. However, note that 3B is going to be that east side of the construction. So by the time school starts, 3A should certainly be done. If 3A is not done, then we've got pretty big problems.
That side will be tore out
Yeah.
probably then. Hopefully complete, but.
Other questions? If not, do we have a motion?
Move to approve memorandum of understanding with Dakota State University regarding parking during 2026 Egan Avenue reconstruction project.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 14, September 2025, city updates. And Jameson, I'll ask you to cover that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have to make sure that we let this load so we can see the picture of Ryan Hegg and a Lewis and Clark pipe on the front page here. We don't want to rush that. There it is. There's Ryan's smiling face. And so I guess this isn't part of the updates, but just to note that Ryan, the mayor, and myself were able to visit the treatment facility for Lewis and Clark down in Vermillion and get a tour a few weeks ago. And it really is a very impressive facility, and they're continuing to work on expansions and future water capacity needs. So there's a picture to start us off. Here's the active projects, the list that we always like to show. And so if you have questions on anything that isn't included in the updates, I'd be happy to answer those. Looking at major infrastructure, so on the next slide there, segments 5A and 5B, that'd be the Highland Avenue and 4th Street and Union. That's still being worked on. So for 5A, the last portion of that was South Union Avenue, and so that has been finished and opened up to traffic, and all that's left there is punch list items. And then segment 5B is Highland, so they finished phase 1 and then moved on to phase 2, and that's why the closures have moved further north there. And so a lot of the work going on there is right around Southwest 1st Street intersection with Highland, and that's both water and sewer mains. They also worked to repair a pipe that was broken during a boring in the Northwest 2nd Street vicinity. And then we'll move on to some of the other projects. So Park Creek Walls, so we have officially received reimbursement on sites 1 and 3. And so now we just have construction on site 2, and they are continuing work on the construction of the facade wall. The airport project's moving along nicely. Sukup plans to be on site next week to continue the phase 2 of the work, but we don't know what further details beyond that. And then the SDDOT airport maintenance project, the contractor there has previously shared plans to do pavement markings next week, but we haven't received any confirmation. The last one of some major infrastructure is Egan Avenue construction. So phase 1's been complete, and so that is now opened up to traffic going both directions along Egan Avenue on the east side. And so phase 2A has started, traffic control's been set up, and they've been removing the surfacing and starting the installations of the water and sewer mains. Multiple crews are being involved with the construction at this point. So one's working from 5th Street going south toward the water main bore, and a second one's going from 3rd Street north toward the water main bore on 4th Street. And then phase 2A water main boring is scheduled for this week as well. Okay, we want to give out another reminder to folks that our Parks Master Plan survey is still active through this next weekend. So if people have not already, we encourage them to complete the survey and help us to get feedback on our parks. Past events, we had National Night Out last month. It went quite well, and that's in conjunction with the downtown Madtown. And so we were able to celebrate our police, fire, and first responders during the National Night Out. Looking at our library, this month we decided to include some circulation detail. So this is just for the last month. You can see how many books and other materials were circulated. And you can see that in addition to books, another very popular item is digital downloads. And so folks are able to read a number of items from some of our online applications. We had 44 new borrowers registered in July. So you can see that those numbers are ticking up as well. And then there's some program information there. So there were 52 different programs implemented and over 1,100 people involved in those programs. So they keep very busy there, and you can see the impact that our library is having in our community. Upcoming events at the community center, we've got the homecoming 5K and the color run and walk. And so the start and finish is going to be at the community center. Folks are encouraged to register by September 5th to receive a t-shirt, and there'll be several Trojan color zones along the route. Registration is $20, and then age 13 and under is free, and that's going to be on Saturday to September 27th. We also had our latest city circle, and we used that as an opportunity to do a meet and greet with our 2 new commissioners. And we had a really great time discussing a variety of things with the public at the library, and it was a very calm, friendly, easy environment, I would say, and there was a lot of good discussion going on. And so it was 2 hours of solid discussion, and we had, I would say, probably 10 or so people. Some stayed the entire time, and some were only able to stop in for a short time. And that's everything. Any questions for me? Okay, thank you.
I guess I'd just like to ask our 2 new commissioners what your feelings were of the meetings.
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah, I think they went very well.
Good.
Feedback was good, and yeah, there's a lot of
Very
good
good.
discussion.
All right. Is there any public comment online? Okay, seeing or hearing none. Under announcements, our next regular commission meeting will be Monday, September 15th at 5:30 p.m. And the community center's going to be celebrating their 25th anniversary during the DSU homecoming game on September 27th. So, at this point in time, do we have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, so we can move into the